Thank you so much for checking out this workout. I've got a great body weight session with maybe some new moves, but I focus on mobility to open up through the shoulders, through the hips, and there's going to be some modifications, but it's all body weight, so you don't need any equipment at all. If you enjoy this workout, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button as well, and hit the bell so that you get notifications anytime new workouts are uploaded. And make sure that you let me know in the comments your thoughts and if you enjoyed it, so I know that if this is the type of workout that you guys want to see more of. Enjoy. Okay, so let's just ground ourselves into what is going to be a really great workout. So just place the hands onto the ribs and take a long deep breath in for 4 counts. Just hold it for 2 and then out for 6, and just let the shoulders drop down and release it out, and then just repeat that again. Breathing in and hold and release. One more time. As you start to have that exhalation, rolling the shoulders around, nice big circles, trying to bring the shoulders all the way up to the ears, down into the back, and then extending the arms out into a full arm circle, trying to take the arms all the way up by the ears. Taking that back the other way, again reaching as far behind as we can, really big circles. Taking the feet in a little bit close together, and we're just going to come into some swinging squats. Coming right up onto the tiptoes at the top, stretch up into the fingertips. Each time just sweeping down that little bit low as we get the blood flowing, getting the body moving, just getting the legs fired up. Now taking the knees together, roll the knees around in one direction, just working into the ankles, the knees, and slightly into the hips as well. Taking it back the other way. From here we're going to take a chest open, reaching back, then bringing it down, roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time, taking a squat down at the bottom, lengthen the legs, slight stretch into the hamstrings, but we're just warming up, so don't overstretch it, we're just getting the body moving, really feeling into the spine and feeling for any tight or spots that need a little bit of a work through. So just flowing through this, opening out, rolling down, nice deep breaths as we're going. The feet into a wide straddle position. Now we're just going to circle the hips all the way around. Always great just to open things up, get things moving. There's usually a bit of a click and a pop that goes on when doing these, and then taking it back the other way. Make them as big as you can, gradually getting bigger with each one. And then taking it now into a deeper squat, so weight into the heels, keeping the spine nice and long, shoulders back and slightly engaged through the stomach. And then coming right down into our low squats, we just have a wiggle here, opening up through those hips a little bit more, feeling the movement into the ankles, and then stretching out the hamstrings. Take the legs a little bit wider, and we're just going to come over from side to side. You can keep the hands on the floor. So just moving into those inner thighs. Again, we tend to get some tightness in the hips when we are sitting a lot. Now maintaining that straddle position, and we're just doing a slight sway from side to side. So it's not bouncing, we're just gently moving through the movement from one leg over to the other. Okay, we're just going to come down now onto the floor, onto all fours. Here we're just moving forwards over the fingertips, so working into the wrist and then pushing back into a downward dog. So over the fingertips and into downward dog. So just getting a stretch into the forearms, keeping the toes tucked under, and then actively stretching out through the backs of the legs. from here, just rolling the elbow pits in and out as we work into the shoulders, and again just getting some movement for those wrists, preparation for the wrists, up onto the knuckles and back down again. And then rolling through the fingers. I always like to give the wrist a good little bit of mobility. And then from here, just coming down, and we go into a scorpion twist. So just rolling over to keeping one arm straight. Just roll across that shoulder. Again, dynamic movement, stretching into the shoulder and the chest. And getting a little bit of rotation through the spine also. Pushing back, and then we're just going to come into some shoulder rolls. So just think about really getting the scapula, so movement as much as we can up and around, so like shoulder circles but with your hands placed on the floor. Walking it all the way back in and back up. We're going to take some rotations now, so looking as you rotate the palm up towards the ceiling, and then the other side goes down towards the floor. Again, just getting movement in the shoulder, in through the neck, and getting us prepped and ready to go. Okay, let's do this. Here we have exercise number 1, so walking out to push up, keeping the core engaged, pushing down, walking back in and back up to stand. You can always drop all the way down to the knees to modify. Exercise 2 is a speed squat, so we're coming down and then driving up through the heels, reaching the arms right up above. Round 2, starting off with a front plank support with a knee raise, then into forward fold, so raising the hips up, keeping core engaged, drive the knee upwards, and then into forward fold stretch. Exercise, get the legs in a 90 degree position and folding forwards over the front leg, pressing through the heel to press back up to spine, reaching the arms long, and then pulling the shoulder blades back down as you lower, lifting the tummy up. bit of a stretch out and breath. So hands onto the knees, lying on the back, just rotate the knees around in one direction and then taking it back the other way, just pressing the back down in towards the floor. Take one leg out along the floor, bringing the knee in, and just take the knee side to side to just ease out the hips. And then bringing it all the way across, rotate the head out the other way, taking nice long deep breaths. And just feeling grateful for moving your body today. Well done on a great job. Bringing it over to the other side again, tuck the knee in, bringing it across, then out to the side of the body. Just coming out, palms facing towards the ceiling. We're just going to take a few moments to take some long deep breaths, just to calm down the nervous system and the body once the exercise is over. Really important for helping the body to recover, reducing stress levels. So breathing in deeply, inhale, filling up the lungs, and then breathing all the way out and completely. Bringing the knees back in, just roll yourself over onto the side, and we're just going to sit back into puppy pose, so keeping the hips up high, wiggling the shoulders down towards the floor, so taking the armpits down towards the floor, just ease out those shoulders. Bringing one elbow onto the floor, reach down the back, so just release out from the triceps, and same on the other side. And then coming all the way down from the floor. So scorpion stretch like we did at the beginning, just rolling across over the shoulder to stretch out the chest and into the deltoids, changing sides. Coming back. And we're just going to take a wide straddle position and taking the knees out as wide as we can, and then bring feet over side to side, sit back into the stretch. Great for opening up tight hips again, so they should feel a little bit looser than we did maybe at the beginning of the session. You know, there's a lot of tendency to have tightness through the hips from sitting a lot. Anybody who does a lot of running, so this is a really great stretch for that. And then just holding it back this time, sit back into that again, nice deep breaths. Okay, release, coming on to a seated position, so tucking the toes underneath. This is actually stretching out the big toe, and it can feel a little bit uncomfortable to sit in this position for a long amount of time. Just take the head over to the side to stretch the neck, but it is really great for keeping that good mobility into the feet and into the ankle. Changing sides with the head. Taking hands to the floor, push back into downward dog, press the heels down into the floor, lift through the tailbone, so all the way, nice stretch through the backs of the legs. Going in through to pigeon pose, my absolute favourite, especially if you have tight hips, and just wiggle yourself down. So you can either stay upright, you could fold forwards depending on where you feel it the most. I tend to feel it most in an upright position, so I like to stay here. And then switching back into downward dog again, press those heels down into the floor. And then bringing the other leg through again, bring it through, bring the heel in line with the hip, wiggle those hips down towards the floor and relax into it as much as you can, really breathing through. Release it out, coming all the way up. and we are done. Thank you so much for joining in this session. If you did enjoy it, please do give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you get notifications. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and as a special thank you, we want to give you the chance of winning one of my 90-day Get Your Shit Together live planners. All you have to do is like this video and hit the subscribe button, and for every 100 subscribers we're going to be giving planners away.